Previously on that Cthulhu John.
I open the passenger side and put the seat forward. I say, Higfret, I believe. I start grabbing him and dragging him out of the vehicle.
As you're dragging him, the coats that he's wearing start to comes off. When that first layer comes off, something falls out of his pocket. And it gives almost a rainbow glisten.
All right, so I'll lay on the ground and I'll scoop it up.
You start to get dizzy and you start hearing weird voices in your head. Then you clearly hear someone say,
"Who is this? Where did Higfret go? Let's trace it. Where could it be?"
Drop it.
I'm gonna run down the street and throw it in the sewer. I think he's just dormant from the cold. Snakes don't like the cold. Do you want him awake?
I don't know if we want him awake just yet. If we can keep him like this, I don't know if he's gonna die.
Raquel is really the only other person we can trust.
if you're planning on interrogating him, you'll have to get him warm.
Raquel wants to meet us at the Penn Museum. She said to bring him. If we don't warm him up, he's not just dormant. He's dying.
As you close the doors to the car, you start to hear police sirens.
Welcome to that Cthulhu John.
Hello, thanks for joining us for That Cthulhu John, episode 60. We are a real play Call of Cthulhu podcast. I am George, your keeper of arcane lore, and with me are my friends and investigators, Chad,
Episode 60, we're getting up there.
Chuck,
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
and Jetty.
Hi.
All right, guys, when we last left off, Detective Luke Thompson and Heather Snakehole were both leaving Lenny's house with the serpent person, Higfret, tied up and in the back seat of their car. As they were leaving, they started to hear police sirens.
Coppers.
They were headed to University of Pennsylvania Museum. What do you guys do from here?
Thompson, you should turn your heater on your car on.
There we go.
Sounds just like this.
I don't full blast it, but I try to warm the car up. It's been running a lot lately, so it should kick right on, I guess, right?
Yeah.
All warmed up already.
I had an aftermarket auxiliary unit installed so the heat really kicks.
We can't see the cops yet, right? We could just hear them.
You can only hear them.
All right, let's cruise.
I try to, is it a one-way street? Like, am I driving toward the sewer where the opal is, or away from said sewer and opal?
It's a one-way street. We'll say Heather went the correct way down the street.
So I'm driving toward where the opal in the sewer would be?
Yes.
Okay. How far to the far end of the block behind me from Lenny's house? Is he like middle of the blockish, or?
Lenny's towards the middle of the block. Walter's
Yeah.
a little bit down the street, almost at the end house.
Which direction do I hear the sirens ringing from?
Give me a listen roll.
Whether or not I back up or go forward is my conundrum. That's a 12.
Okay.
Thank you, Cthulhu.
So it sounds like, let's say the street runs north and south. It sounds like it's coming from the east.
Okay, what about the streets behind or in front of me? Are they one way or are they two ways? Where's the closest way to turn west?
All right, if you come down Walter Street and then turn left 2 blocks down.
Or the block behind me?
Or the block behind you if you want to. You'd have to back up.
Right, so I get in the car, I look in my rear view after I assess the sound direction.
Okay. Do that thing where you put your arm over the passenger seat.
Yeah, I throw it in reverse if nobody's coming down the street behind me.
All right, throw it in reverse. Are you going quickly or are you trying to take it easy here?
Yeah, I'm not cruising like at 5 miles per hour. Kick it up to 10 or so. I'm not flying backwards either. Not until I get toward the end, maybe.
Still, give me a drive auto roll.
Oh, no. I ain't got none of that. 20%.
Means he's not a stunt driver, exactly.
He's no stunt driver. And a 72 will not do it.
All right, so Detective Thompson, you're starting to back up, and then you come dangerously close to scratching up a car,
Oh.
and you kind of stop, slow down a little bit. Now you are going like 5 miles per hour backwards.
Yeah.
So you're heading west. You do get back there, and you hear the sirens coming up from the east pretty quick.
Yep. I'll back out, and I move. Do I see any lights in the rear view?
After you get a few blocks away in your rear view, you do see some lights coming up.
Okay. I feel confident enough that I'm not going to get caught yet.
Mm-hmm.
Although my boss, he might know some things now.
Officer on the run.
All right.
Heading to Penn Museum, I guess. I say, Raquel said we could just go use the basement. I mean,
I don't know, but there's not a whole lot of options. I mean, we can't go to your place. We can't go to my place. And she knows more about it than I think either of us do.
well, let's hope that we're not being tracked at this point. How does he look? I adjust the rearview mirror. Does he look less dead? About the same amount of dead?
How long
More
you been driving
dead?
for? No, he doesn't look more dead.
Pretty much just took off. Been a few minutes.
He starts to... He was in like an almost stiff position before.
Gross.
It was hard to move him,
Nasty.
but now it looks like it's starting to relax.
Okay. Is like the blankets moving where his stomach would be, like a little more, like he's breathing?
You can see his breathing increase a little bit more. It looks like he's breathing like, rather than like once every 20 seconds, like once every 15. You can just see it starting to speed up a little bit.
Not dead yet.
I'm not dead. So he starts stirring a little bit. Not saying anything.
Okay.
When the breathing increases a little bit or whatever, maybe that's when I'll dial the heat back a little bit, crack the window, try to keep him around there.
You're trying to keep a decent temperature here, like
Yeah.
a cool temperature, not very
cool.
cold.
Keep him like
Yeah.
comatose.
Just a bit longer.
You guys, let's see if you succeed in that. I'm going to give him a constitution roll.
No, you don't have to.
I have to. All right.
He did.
No, he not dead. No, you guys do a good job of keeping him in a comfortable, well, not comfortable for him, but
Yeah, I didn't want that.
For us.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's breathing, but doesn't seem to be conscious yet.
While we're driving, I'm going to tell Thompson about my dream because I'm still like freaked out about it.
What was the dream again?
Yuki was chasing me, and then I fell, and then I pulled myself up on a car window, and when I saw the reflection, it was like a redheaded dude with like translucent eyebrows. Maybe Pete from Pete and Pete.
In the in the car window?
Yeah. And then she stabbed me in the chest.
Yeah, her reflection was this dude.
Do I recognize the dude? I never
You do
got to ask
not.
before. Nothing familiar.
No, you never recognized him.
How old did he seem?
Oh, he seemed about 50 years old.
Did he look anything like me?
Not a damn thing like you at all.
Okay. Just seeing if it was my dad. Just seeing if I was seeing my dad.
Is it my poppy?
I don't know much about all this stuff. I would just assume it's just a dream, you know? Probably doesn't mean anything. Going through a lot right now. Or somehow Yuki survived and she has a new body that she just grew and that's why it was see-through. So it might not always be a ginger, neither.
I just wanted to give you the description of the guy. Like maybe, I don't know, you're a detective. Maybe it sounds familiar, or you could keep your eye out for anyone that looks like that. Maybe that's one of them.
I'll keep an eye on the National Enquirer, I guess.
I miss National Enquirer, man.
They still have them.
That boy is still fun.
I saw one in a Walmart up in
What?
like Warminster, and I was like,
What? That's awesome.
Where people still believe
Yeah.
Those things are great.
That Boy Marries Fattest Woman in the World is a real title that I remember being like, can we please get this, Mom?
I used to have one. It was pinned up on my wall, but it was an article about a robot that played tennis beating its human opponent to death with a racket. It was one of those like fucking 1950s like dryer tube armed robots. It looks like a water heater kind of thing.
They always go bad.
And I was like, how is that thing going to swing a racket?
It's making me think of that Jerky Boys.
All right, where the fuck were we? Oh, okay. So you guys arrive at the University of Pennsylvania Museum. There's not many cars or anything around right now. There's plenty of parking.
Do we see her?
Did she say where she would be?
Or her car?
Is there a back
Do
door?
you know what her car looks like?
I think maybe, since I was
Think you
at
do.
her house and stuff. I don't know.
But when you walk up to it, you see her face through the glass of
Okay.
the front door.
Do you want me to run up to her and see if we should come in that door?
Sure. I let her out.
All right, so she sees you coming, and she starts to motion for you to come. Motion
Okay.
quickly.
Is she motioning like we should come in with him?
She's motioning like
let's
like
fucking go?
hurry up.
Okay.
Okay, I get out of the car and I start pulling him out too.
All right, so you pull him out, and she's still motioning for you guys to come, and she opens the front door. Heather, she lets you in right away, or are you helping Luke carry the body?
I mean, I guess I'm helping so we can move quicker.
All right, so you guys are moving a little quicker. You don't have to do any strength rolls or anything like that.
I gotta move the car. Park somewhere, not like right outside the door.
Okay, so after the body's in there, you do that, right?
Yeah, I guess I just toss him down.
All right. So Higfret is now inside of the building along with Raquel and Heather. Heather, Raquel says to you, said, okay, I could see that he has blankets on him. You guys must have been trying to warm him up. So he's probably going to get more alert here. We can try to turn down the heat, but it would take forever for the temperature to change. But let's get down to the basement. And as your guys are going down to the basement, she says, I told the security guard that it was okay that if I come in and check a couple things out. I am a curator here after all. And she shows you where the basement is. And then you guys head back. Thompson lets himself in again. You guys start to carry Higfret.
Yes.
Are there cameras anywhere? Should we be covering?
So she says back to you, there are no cameras here. This museum was built a long time ago, and usually there's just one security guard, but I told them that they could take off for right now, and I would look after it.
Good. I hand somebody that shotgun. Hold this.
Oh.
While I'm dragging the body.
Raquel goes, okay, as you hand that to her. She kind of fumbles with it a little bit. She's like, it's not going to go off or anything, is it?
No, it's there. I wouldn't have left anything if there was one in the chamber. I would have ejected that one and left it with the open chamber, like half cocked. So basically, you would have to pull it forward to chamber the next one in the tube. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to do the full pump, just that second half.
Gotcha.
Safety's on.
Yeah.
All right, so she says, oh, okay.
And the safety's on.
I think I got it.
Just don't jiggle that handle.
Right. So she comes back. Two of you carry the stirring body of Skinny Joey / Higfret into the basement. She turns on the light down there. And you can see the basement of this old building has a lot of tables in it. And you can see on them a lot of what looks like old relics, pottery of some sorts, lots of like arrowheads. They even have what looks like a mummy there.
Curse.
Yeah. I knew it.
But you get in there.
Is there something to tie him to? Is there a caged off section or a vault? I don't know, even just a big pillar anywhere around there? I don't want to keep him right here at the bottom of the stairs, at least.
She says, well, there is the vault, but the head curator has the combination of that.
Probably has some support pillars in a basement for a place this big.
Yeah, there is. They're just really big.
Very, very big around.
Yeah, very large around.
Are there any like of those like 80s, like 70s, like fold up wheelchairs for handicapped people that were looking at it?
No, but there are folding chairs.
If we tie him to that, wouldn't it make it more difficult if he got up? Like, he'd be still attached to a chair.
Bind his
and
feet.
then tie that.
And his arms to the back or whatever. Yeah, we got that. It works.
All right, you got all the rope for that?
I don't know. Do we have the rope for that? I don't know what we used at Lenny's.
He was tied up in the car.
It's whatever we found. I don't know what we found at Lenny's, but...
Oh, you still have some of that. You can undo it and redo it. Yeah, that works. You tie him to one of these folding chairs. You see his head start to bob a little bit, kind of sway back and forth, and he groggily opens his eyes and goes, "Where am I?"
Fuck face.
I pull the gun out of my purse and just hold it with my weird finger just in case.
Okay.
I stand behind him for the moment, unseen.
Okay. You stand behind him. You see him try to move his arm.
I take the shotgun from Raquel.
Okay. You take it from her?
Or, I mean, I offer my hand out and nod to the gun.
Uh-huh. So she hands you the shotgun.
Look, I'm not really... I kind of, in a hushed tone, I whispered to her, I'm not really too sure exactly what they're after and all. I don't know entirely what to ask him. If you've gotten any ideas,
Okay.
you and Heather can take the lead. Anything happens, I'll take care of him.
She's like, "How did you catch him?"
Well, we can cover that later, I guess, but he kind
Okay.
of showed up at my doorstep.
She says, "Well, I guess the important thing is that he's here now, right?" I think I could come up with a couple questions for him. And he starts to stir a little bit more, tries to move his arms. He goes, Where am I? Wait, what's going on here?"
I said, just shut up and answer the questions. Might let you slither your way out of here.
Who is this? Who are you? You made a big mistake here, buddy. A real big mistake.
Is there anything that we could put over his head?
Yeah, sure. There's some like bags that are there that, have some of the...
I dump some relics out onto the ground. So
Yeah.
Let me see that burlap sack of Ming vases over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's something I could just slip out easy, put it over his head, I'll do
All
that.
right. Sure. Yeah, you can do that. Slip a bag over his head that he can't see now.
Feels a little better. Couldn't stand looking at him.
And you hear him go,
You're in for a world of shit. You are so fucking dead.
I say, well, you're the assistant. I look at you, but I don't say your name.
Me?
Yeah, I look at her.
Yeah, I want to ask it what its plan is. What's your plan? Like, why do you want to destroy the planet? You have a place. Just stay there.
What are you talking about? Destroy the planet.
Or take over.
Take over the planet? No. We're just trying to take over Philadelphia. That's what we do. Me and my dad, we run stuff around here.
I give him a light bop on the back of the head with the butt of the shotgun.
okay.
Not trying to cause damage necessarily, just gain his attention.
Yeah. And you hear him go, "Ah!"
It was, "What the fuck, buddy?"
Why'd you kill Lenny then?
Because that fuck just kept getting in the way
Get in the way of what?
of us running this town.
He was a good boy. He did his job. He was
He
fine.
was a good boy. Your dad loved him. He would never do him. We liked him better than you.
Ooh.
He goes, give me a psychology roll.
Okay. 3.
All right, you can tell
It's
that
extreme.
he's stumbling here. He doesn't know exactly what to say or how to react to that.
Tell me the truth. I'll make it cold again.
He goes, "No, don't do that.
Put
don't
you
do
back
that."
outside. I swear to fucking God.
We can do it.
He says, "No.
We'll put our back into it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Anything but that. It's like a living death."
We know you're not who you appear to be.
Yeah. You figured it out.
Ophidian.
And he goes,
Rogfim, I believe.
You know a lot. You might know some names, but you don't seem to know mine. That's funny.
Did I have that wrong?
Yeah.
Higfret.
So you call him Higfret, and he laughs at you a little bit. And he says,
You ain't gonna get nothing out of me. You can put me out in that cold. I ain't telling you nothing.
All right, and I just start pulling at the chair like I'm gonna actually put him outside.
okay, you're in the basement.
Yeah, I know. Whatever, maybe. I don't know. He's got a bag on his head, right? Doesn't.
He does have a bag on his head. But so you're just going to drag him and pretend like you're putting him outside?
Yeah, like make him scared. Like,
Okay. Give me an intimidation
I
roll.
was gonna say, I don't think Heather's that intimidating, so that's all she's got.
I say the freezer's over that direction.
All right, you give an intimidation roll too, Thompson.
There's probably a fan.
You're going to have to need an extreme pass, though.
Where's intimidate?
Gonna have to need it.
You're going to have to need.
Oh, come on. No. 60.
If I roll an 11.
The 0 came out first, though, and I was so hopeful.
83.
83. What's his intimidate? Isn't that
55.
55?
It's nowhere close.
So you're dragging him. You say the freezer's over there. He starts screaming louder, like, "Help! Help!"
He got any gloves or something I can put stuff into his... Well, he's got to answer questions. I'll give him another bop. Maybe this one with, like, just a tiny bit of oomph. Like a bop with some oomph on top.
Okay, I'm going to take 1 hit point away from him then. So you hit him pretty fucking hard, give him like a welt on the back of the head. Little raised bump. And he goes, watch it, motherfucker!
So why are you trying to take over the world? Or destroy human civilization?
He says to you,
Well, the thing is, human civilization is just a plague on this earth.
Fair.
You see, we used to live in harmony with the earth. You people are just eating it up like a bunch of locusts.
I'd look to Heather or Raquel.
Yeah, but you love our culture. You love TV. We know who all of you are. Brightly told us everything.
he says,
I don't know who that is.
That's a good bluff, though.
it's a good one.
See if I could see if he was lying or if he believed us.
Right.
Do we think maybe he was lying?
You know what? You can try a psychology roll.
Sweet. You could do it. Great Cthulhu. Thanks.
Oh man, we are praying to these are officially idols.
Oh, man.
56. I have 51.
That's only 5 points.
I'll use
But
5.
this- It's just for a regular pass, but it might be worth it.
All right, so you can tell 100% now he does not know who Brightly is.
Oh, that is dirty trickster.
That's still
100% we know Brightly is not an Ophidian.
Yeah, he's not the...
We know he was a cultist.
Isn't there one Ophidian that we don't know who it is?
Yeah, but you got to also consider too the Ophidians don't know who the unknown Ophidian is in his human
Jerry.
form either, so
Brad.
it could be thicker than
Drill.
we know.
Drillbith.
Yeah. So, Drillbith is the one you talk to. That's your buddy, right?
No, Rogfim is the buddy.
So Drillbith is
the
one
missing.
The missing one.
Yeah. We know Igthil is the police commissioner or whatever. Glaxoth is the mayor.
Okay. Yeah.
Calabal, mayor's homeboy.
Yeah, yeah.
So wait. Higfret I thought looked like Joey and Marduk looked like Chucky. Did I get that backwards? Or that's correct?
Higfret looks like Joey, Marduk is Chucky.
I look more like Frankie than I do Sammy. Alright. So yeah, Rogfim is the one I would have probably tried not to use the name of.
Okay.
But
All right, so you guys are pulling him on this chair across the room. He doesn't seem to be too intimidated by you guys. Do you want to push that intimidation roll?
I gave him that bop instead of pushing
He
it.
goes, I think that might be pushing it if you want to call that.
Oof, yeah, but like, it's a lot That's a lot for an extreme. It's a lot. He doesn't want to. Well, Raquel hasn't asked anything yet. I mean, I don't really.
That's true.
Maybe we can get some info.
She says, she asked him, why did you pick who you picked to replace? Of course, he says, it's pretty easy, hon. It's a trifecta of power, you see. And she goes, would you care to elaborate? And persuade. Non-extreme. He says, I ain't telling you nothing. You guys can do anything you want.
The underworld, the police, what, and the mayor? What would the triangle be?
Is there like one of those like basement utility sinks down there?
Yeah, a huge one.
Can I like fill any kind of like pottery with ice cold water?
It would be cold. I mean, it's coming from the outside. It'd be pretty cold
this
water.
time of
Yeah,
year,
you can do
it'd
that.
be
Yeah.
cold, yeah.
Okay.
And pipes underground. Shit.
Can I do that? Fill it and
Sure.
then just start like pouring it?
Are you waterboarding them?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I'll hold the bag back and tight, and I'll hold it in place for you.
Hold on. Let me give him a constitution roll here. So you put this with the bag over his head. You start pulling cold water on his face. He's like, "Ah!"
This is what they don't show you in the movies. Not until at least the 2000s. I don't know.
But you can see the bag is like wrapped skin tight. You can see like his nose through it. You can see his eye sockets through it.
Okay, I was gonna do it to his legs first and see if it tortured him enough. I wasn't initially gonna waterboard him, but
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm gonna hold the bag back as I see her filling a pot. Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
for it. I hope
Let's go.
you like a cold bath.
All right.
Have another dip.
All right. If you want to push that intimidation roll, you could get by with a hard pass.
I mean, I guess what can I
I'm rolling.
lose?
All we have to lose is everything. It's a regular pass, unfortunately.
Jenny?
Me roll?
Suddenly,
God.
Thompson's song changes to "No More Mr. Nice Guy."
You're not the most intimidating person, are you?
It's, I mean,
15.
oh, her. She can be mean when she needs to be.
No. 61.
Okay. So you both failed a pushed roll.
You walked us that way, though.
So you're holding this thing over its face. As he's gagging and choking, you feel the cloth start to move under your hands as you're holding it tightly to his face. You can feel the cloth moving now.
Is he getting all swimmy? All right, I release the restraining. I'm not holding the bag taut anymore. I let it go. I let the chair kind of fall forward, back on all four legs.
Okay.
And I watched to see what he's doing. I would see his hands now, at least, maybe.
Yeah, when you look down, you see his arms look like they're starting to fade into scales. You see his neck underneath is that like white lined underbelly looking thing. So he's shaking his head back and forth as hard as he can right now,
I'm reaching
And,
for my taser.
trying to get the bag off his head best he can.
He's beginning to look like a serpent. Look at his hands.
What's happening?
All right, both you guys give me a sanity roll.
I want to tase through the bag. But tase his dome. But first... Hell yeah. 13 out of 69.
42. Out of 29.
Just like Lenny. Here it comes.
Oh, you only have 29. Okay. Detective Thompson, this is freaky and weird, but it's not the first time you've seen one of these things.
I've been fighting their kind for years.
It's not the first time you've seen one transform either. It doesn't faze you as much as it did the first time anyway.
It wasn't to be unexpected, but it's still, it's not easy to see.
There we go.
People don't do that.
You're like, if you see it once, you've seen it a million times.
Sandy lost 1d6. All right. So, Heather, you see this thing transforming in front of you. You've been kind of plagued by snakes recently. And just seeing this human-sized, scaly hand, claws starting to draw out of it. You can see the hands are getting skinnier and longer. It just frightens the hell out of you. And you lose 1 sanity point.
Oh, that
Not
is
bad.
not that bad.
Yeah.
You were trying to get me.
But you do have a bout of madness. During this bout of madness, Heather, you kick the Ophidian in the chest, and he falls backwards.
Spartan style, badass.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Scared the shit out of you, and you just reacted violently. He falls on the floor backwards, and you hear a thump. Then you hear,
Well, that will be the last mistake you make.
That's very good. It sounded like Cobra Commander when he transformed into the...
that's what I was going for.
Very good. I kick him in the face, right? If
Well, he's
talking
down on the
shit,
ground.
It's real easy, right? It's all teed up.
Yeah.
You should speak that way to a human lady. I don't
Thank
know how you
you.
speak to your Ophidian women.
Yeah. Some respect. Thank you.
Oh, was that rolling brawl?
If you want to hit him, you can roll brawl with a bonus die.
Oh, good, because it would have failed. Aha. So it went from a 62 to a 2. Hell yeah.
Oh.
All right.
All hail Cthulhu.
So- That would be max damage plus damage bonus.
It's a 1d3 plus my 0 dB. So I will
Hold
roll
on 1 second.
3.
Because he got... When you hit him last...
Yeah, I knew that. I was hoping a kick wouldn't be enough without a damage bonus.
Are you putting your whole strength into this kick?
How about instead of max damage, that we let the dice decide? Because I don't know, like, you know, if I am, like,
That's up to
furious, if you know, maybe I misjudged. Put too much
1d3
in.
plus damage bonus.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
a
gotta
0.
kill him one at a time.
It's a 2.
2. Okay.
I'm fine with that. Splitting difference.
So you hit him for 2 hit points.
I just wanted to roll another dice. Just trying to roll.
I hear you.
I used to love rolling. Now that I have... I mean, I still love rolling for the skills. But anything else, I'm like, I don't need to. I don't have to do that.
After you kick him,
Yeah.
he says very weakly, he says,
I'll die before I talk.
I want to teabag him so bad.
Oh,
Now that he's laying on the ground, with his jackets all ripped, is his chest exposed and stuff? I assume if there was still a blanket on him or whatever, it would have kind of fallen back.
yeah, it fell back. You can see his whole body is all scaly.
He got lizard chest. All right, I kind of pushed the barrel of the shotgun like into his chest, still standing above him. Just, I don't know, kind of get a feel for it and give it like a tap. Let's just see what these creatures can withstand then.
Ooh, give me psychology roll.
You got any torches?
does he have a human head still?
You don't know under that bag.
What's in the bag?
Poop. It's poop. I failed.
It's poop. Okay.
64. My intimidate is 55. I don't have a whole lot of
Intimidate.
luck. Isn't that what you asked for? I'm sorry. What was it? I was supposed to roll when I said let's see what he can take, or
No, it was psychology.
psychology. So a 64 and psychology would also be a fail.
Oh, I see. Okay, in that case... Okay. Very quickly, you see... one more roll here. See if he fails. In a flash, you see one of these skinny, long serpentine hands grab the barrel of your shotgun, pulls it away from him, and he pulls the bag off of his head with the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
His skinny serpentine hands were able to slip out of the handcuffs.
That's what I was afraid of. And I forgot when he fell backward that I could no longer see them.
I didn't want to add any out of character knowledge, but there are at least two things. I was thinking that was one of them. I was thinking you should have tightened the cuffs.
So he pulls the bag off over his head.
And he's holding the barrel.
And he's holding the
Sounds
barrel.
like an action.
And that is a full... Did they get more than...
Sounds like two actions. If they
Sounds
get
like a
more than
brawl.
one, then
Yeah,
that sounds like two. Yeah. Grab the barrel.
Grab the barrel.
Slip
take
out of the
bag
cuffs.
off.
Maybe wait around. Bag off.
Yeah, just...
Gun.
Does he take the bag off
One
with
hand,
his
the other
tail?
hand.
Like,
Surprise. Oh, does he have a tail? Or is it stuck in his pant leg?
They do have a long tail.
Is it stuck in his pant leg or did it rip through the seat of his pants?
What?
like the Hulk.
That's my tail. Stop looking at me.
Yo, what's up with that gross pant leg you got going on? It's all stuffed.
When you... Yeah, it looks like a stuffed pant leg, and if you look out the bottom, you can see the
Ooh.
end of a snake's tail hanging out by his left foot.
Ew.
Just kind of dangling there.
That's...
But he's still wearing pants.
couldn't help but stare at it. That's how he was able to take me by surprise. It's the grossest thing I've seen ever.
So that will be the start of something. I'm going to call that the start of combat, actually.
I like that.
Thompson, what is your dexterity?
75.
Jesus Christ.
Can I hand Thompson my gun?
That is pretty fucking fast.
Do you have a gun?
I think I still got the taser in my other hand, and I'm holding the shotgun in my offhand. He now has that barrel in his hand as well, but I still got the taser.
Oh, he didn't completely take it off you.
Hands are full.
Heather, what's your dexterity?
45.
Detective Luke Thompson.
Yes.
It is your turn in combat. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna tase this motherfucker. About to shock his ass. So I just reached down toward upper chest, snake clavicle area, whatever.
Okay. Didn't you have a shotgun pointed at him?
Well, I took out the taser when he started jiggling around. So I figure I had that in my main hand. Shotgun I was probably just kind of holding to the side and using it to poke at him with.
Okay.
All
right.
But it wasn't exactly ready to fire because
You didn't have both hands on the shotgun.
Yeah, since I pulled out the taser, I don't think it would have been ready to go necessarily.
All right, that
But
works.
he would have thought that. He couldn't see it.
Exactly.
All right. Let me give this bow a little jolt. That's a 17.
Okay.
Zap.
You do zap him.
Taser.
He's all wet too. I don't know.
Constitution roll for him.
That matters, but that might amplify things.
Ooh, he crit. So you zap him.
Shocked the hiss out of him.
How many hit points do you hit him for?
I forget how this way. 1d3 plus.
Wait. I'm sorry. He gets a fight back.
He is prone.
He is prone.
It's not gonna work in his favor.
It's not.
Cool. I was just bullshitting.
Hold on.
Just
No, I don't
saying
know.
stuff. I like it.
No, hold on.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
You hit him with the taser on a 17. Was that extreme?
Yes. Wait. It'd be brawl, right? No, it's not extreme.
It's under brawl.
I'm sorry. It's hard. It's just hard.
It is a hard pass.
My brawl is 45. Extreme would be 9.
Okay. He also gets a hard pass, but it was your turn, so you
Shocking.
do the damage.
Also 2.
Also 2. All right. Well, I already rolled his constitution for that. And that was an extreme. So he gets zapped. Yeah. You zap him, and you see him, his whole body contort as you're zapping him on the floor there. But he doesn't get stunned. He doesn't pass out. Does, however, open his mouth.
Oh no. Close your eyes.
Thompson, close your eyes.
That's what I yell as soon as he opens his mouth. I'm afraid. I heard they were masters of poison.
Arsenic breath.
I got my sweet glasses on though. They're not transitions. They got the yellow.
Yeah, the yellow tint.
Yeah. Before as seen on TV.
You're the king in yellow.
All right, so you're right on top of him, right?
Yeah, I'd be standing over him, yeah, and then actually crouch down over him, holding the taser to his chest. So in arm's length, exactly.
Okay. Arm's length. All right. So his attack.
It goes in my mouth, doesn't it?
5%.
I'm gonna close your.
Chuck, are you ever washing a glass at the bar and the water splashes into your mouth?
Yeah, in my eyes and shit all the time. Yeah, I don't mind.
It's gross.
It's a little
All
water.
right, so he fails his attack. He opens his mouth, Detective Thompson, and he looks like he's going to try to bite you at your arm.
Oh.
But he just comes short of it. You hear that?
Yeah, maybe I just kind of hold his chest against the ground when he goes to lunge forward, and I just kind of push back against it a little bit. Oh, wait.
All right, you got to fight back.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I do fight back. And so I push him back to the ground so he misses, and I go for another zap.
Just don't fail.
Even better at 3. That's extreme as fuck. This thing is magic. How? What's in there?
Your face when that happened.
He said,
Oh my god. All right, so you zap him again, yet again. This time you do see him go limp.
okay. Well, it was only 1 damage, just in case. He might be dead. He might just be like napping for a minute. I tell everyone.
Yeah. And everyone looks over at his body that is smoking right now.
Can we smell it? Can we smell?
Smell like chicken.
Sneak.
Ooh. I restrain him, just in case
Restrain him.
just in case he is alive, or if they have any regenerative, who's a what's it's,
Right.
plankton, whatever. That's not. That doesn't work. I don't know about amphibians. I don't know how. But anyway,
All right.
kind of take a moment, catch my breath after I feel comfortable that he's not gonna try to bite me again immediately.
Yep.
I did cover up that head, but I got a good look at it too,
Mm-hmm.
in case I see him again. It's like, no.
I know that snake face anywhere.
All right, so you have the body of a giant snake person laying on the floor of the basement of a museum. It's a very odd scene, obviously.
It stays in snake person
Never
form.
believe what I've
It
curated
is
this
still
time.
in its snake person form.
Yo, we're dragon slayers. Luke doesn't say that. I'm saying just okay. I'm excited. I look at Raquel and Heather. That thing is real.
Oh, Raquel. I'm sorry,
I've seen
Raquel.
some things, but like just to sit there like that and stare at it in the light.
After seeing the whole face, when it pulled it off, you heard a scream off to the side, and that was Raquel.
She's out. She's been gone a while.
She loses 2 sanity points, and you actually look around. After that scream, she runs away.
Okay. Well,
That's how it is in the beginning. She'll get used to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just shit happening every single second.
They all run the first time.
I look at. I guess I just looked at Heather.
Let's chop them up into little circles.
Little circles.
Yeah, like if you chopped a snake up.
Little snake
Oh.
segments.
Just be little,
I'll get my cookie
just be little
cutters.
circles.
I only got like
Yeah.
snowman and
Yeah.
star
Dinosaur
shapes.
shapes. Little dinosaur shapes.
Ooh,
No, not really. I didn't really say that.
snake and nuggets. Little dinos.
So what do we do with him?
Well,
He's part of the museum now.
yeah.
First
he lives
amphibian
here.
ever captured.
Is he still alive since he didn't turn into just skins?
Skins are human.
Can I tell if he's breathing?
Yeah, I would assume you know better than me. They have to have phones around here. Let's let me throw something over this. Let's have a look around.
There's a phone in the basement.
Okay. Is there any like big canvas tarps or like some heavy duty, cloth type ish stuff, or any empty wooden crates?
There are some like wooden crates there. If you need any kind of tarp, there is.
That's all right. Wooden crate works. I was just gonna like roll him up in it and tie it at the end, so he didn't go anywhere. He would just be like a
jail
bag. Yeah.
So what are you doing with the wooden crate?
Well, now I can put him in a crate and possibly
that big a crate.
like hammer it shut. If he's dead, like stuff him in there.
There's one there. There's a large crate there. It's what the mummy came in, actually.
Oh man, is the mummy in the crate right now? Because I am not starting another story.
No.
I seen a mummy. I ain't trying to fuck with no mummy.
That's problematic. I feel like you're gonna put a fucking maybe dead Ophidian into a mummy's crate.
Yeah, man.
Just mix that up into a hybrid mummy.
Humans versus snakes versus mummies.
Like the sarcophagus is still on the table. It's partially open. You can see the mummy, the top half of the mummy. But the crate that it came in is separate.
Okay. I drag that crate over and toss him in it. Try to seal it shut if I can.
All right. There's a pry bar and a hammer. There's a couple nails sitting inside the crate as well.
Oh, now I gotta reach past the body. And it's like always that scene where like they're just doing it real slow, trying to get their nails and their fingers are almost touching it, but they think the thing's gonna come to life. And you're not sure as the viewer because the music is such. So I do that, like real slow.
I'm gonna put some pottery on top of it.
I was thinking just rolling it over, like just enough nails to keep it shut, roll it over onto its lid so he can't bust that side back off.
Okay. So you get him in there, nail it shut.
I mean, I
get
guess
no resistance.
I'm gonna put pottery on top of it in case he slithers out and he knocks it over, and then we can hear it if we're not looking.
That's a smart idea.
Let's dump that water, the rest of that water out of that pot too. I'm not sure if it's gonna ruin that, whatever that artifact is.
Yeah, which one of these is the most expensive?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there was a scroll in that one. Whoops.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Hey, what's all this wet sand in the bottom of this?
Oh no.
Well.
There's a tiny little statue in here that looks like a man eating himself. So weird.
Oh no.
What do you guys do from that after you have him crated up?
We go and we relax. We smoke break. Take a few.
Okay.
Use the phone.
Find Raquel.
Heather.
We're the new curators.
Okay, Heather, you wanna, I don't know, contact Walter, I guess, fill him in. I'm gonna go look for Raquel.
Okay.
I leave the shotgun leaned up against the wall near the phone, and I take out my flashlight and my service piece, and I go walking through the building, like you know how they do. It looks super cool.
Real stealthy.
The flashlight, hold it backwards, and then the gun, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I go looking for her.
That thing. All right. So it doesn't take you long to find her. You shine a flashlight towards the wall, follow it down a little bit where you hear crying, and you see Raquel there. She has her arms around her knees, crouched down, and she's just kind of rocking back and forth.
Is she facing me or the wall?
Damn.
She's facing you,
Okay, good, because if she's facing the wall,
facing away from the wall.
and if I heard crying and her rocking back and forth, that all adds up to horror movie. Okay, I can see her face. She's not a Japanese ghost or anything all of a sudden.
When you shine the light on her, she looks up and goes, ah, ah. I knew that they were there. I knew that they were there, but when you see them, when you see something like that, it's completely different.
I extend my hand to help her up. I say, well, we're going to stop it.
She gingerly takes your hand, and you pull her up. She stands up and goes, dusts herself off, and regains her composure and says, thank you very much, Detective. What happened with the...
I have Heather's calling Walter to fill him in. Let's walk back.
Is he okay? Is he dead? What happened? I'm sorry, I ran away.
He's at a crate. I think it's dead, but you know, those things. I can't be sure. Even Heather seems to believe that Yuki somehow survived.
Survived?
Well, took a new face, possibly.
I thought the snake was her that you had.
That's what I thought. I haven't checked in a while. Is it still in my trunk? Did I give it to somebody?
I think the skin is. And the snake.
I thought I tried to dump him on the science guy.
It's a good thing it's cold.
You did. I'm sorry,
Okay,
yeah.
thank goodness.
You did, that's right.
I could use an extra skin this time of year, though.
Yeah, but you need the trunk space.
It doesn't really... yeah, that's true. Yuki didn't have it where it counts. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you meant in the car. Sorry, I couldn't help it. So I walk her back to Heather, whom I assume is filling in the deets
Yeah.
with the mousy antiquarian.
Yep. Yeah, Walter, you've been called on the phone again. This time you're not as, in a solid of a sleep.
Yeah. I believe it.
Nobody's gonna let Walter sleep ever again.
No, not right before a major
Yeah.
surgery. No. Mm-mm.
Probably started picking up the books again after that last one.
You know what they say, like right before surgery, don't eat, don't sleep at all. Let your body be as distressed as possible.
Yeah, you want some stress.
The last thing you want is a good night's sleep.
Okay, it's about 1 a.m. right now, speaking of sleep.
Oh, hit point.
I forgot about that. Whoops.
Past midnight, hit point.
Cha-ching.
I'm above
All right,
half
so
again.
I'm going to fill Walter in on everything. And do you think, is there anyone on your team who we trust? I mean,
Just
I don't know what
Raquel
to
at this point.
do. I mean, this Thompson's new to all this.
Did you ask him where the rest of the Ophidians are?
He wouldn't tell us anything. We tried to waterboard him. We did everything.
Whoa.
Thompson might have tased him to death.
Cooked him.
Oh my god. This is more serious than I thought.
He's in a crate. We didn't really have any choices. He wasn't giving us any answers. He was just resilient.
Theoretically, that's 2 of 7 down?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of good. I mean, it could be worse.
I mean, we don't know that. The other one's dead. We know he's shot in the head. And then there's the one who seems like he's a good guy, Rogfum, but I don't know.
Shit. Well, I guess that's maybe 4 more chances to find out where they're at. He's a little unsure, but trying to look at the optimistic side of everything that's gone down.
Are you finding anything out in your books that would help us? Is there anything new that you're finding out? I don't.
Well, you've learned a lot about their culture there, Walter, going through these new books. You've been learning about, their day-to-day life activities. They had set times during the day when they would pray to Yig. But as you're going through this...
I think we should tell Raquel rightly lied to us again and that he knows about the 15th book.
Oh, yeah.
That he knew about it all along.
Yeah, what should we do?
And gauge her reaction to that.
Okay. And then what do we do with the snake? What do we do with the snake?
Make armor out of it, like cool leather armor.
Oh, that would be cool.
It's in a museum. I mean, is that not the best place for...
A corpse? That's not gonna last very long. And how do I say just leave it? They'll find it and hey,
But
we can use
it's
this.
It's not a human corpse, though. I mean, if anybody found an Ophidian corpse, what would they do? They'd be like, oh my god, is this some kind of exhibit? Is this thing real? And if you found it in the museum like that had all kinds of weird curated things next to a mummy of all things.
Shouldn't we kill it first, though? Before we, even if we...
chop it up in tiny pieces?
No.
Even if we are gonna, bury it or something and hide it, shouldn't we make sure it's dead? I don't have one of those movie scenarios where they're like, yep, it's definitely dead. Don't do anything extra. When they think they...
It's in a box.
That's exactly what would happen on a movie where they're like, oh, it's fine. I think it's dead. And we put it in this box with 3 nails. What could possibly
And then I
go
rolled
wrong?
it over onto its lid, so...
Oh,
then...
well. Everybody knows a super-powered snake man could never just, flip it.
You think he's just gonna bust out?
I do. It's exactly
That's
what I
wild.
think is going to happen. Oh, that's crazy. That's.
I think they're a lot like us. He's stuck in a box. He can't get out.
What if snakes were one of us?
Just a child of Yigabug.
So it speaks of their prayers that they do at certain times of the day, and it goes on to talk about their reverence for Yig. And then it talks about what seems to be the equivalent of, if Yig is their god, then this is the equivalent of the devil.
Oh, shit.
And that is Sathogwa.
My Sethogwa.
Sathagwa.
Sethagwa. Sethogwa. Sethogwa.
Sathagwa. Sathogwa.
Sethogwa.
They're always so hard to pronounce. So it talks about him, and that there are a small subset of serpent people that are kind of considered to be like traitors who worship this Sathogwa.
Any correlation with dimensional shamblers in any of this business that I've read?
No, nothing about that.
Does it seem like the people that worship Sathogwa would be more likely to try and destroy the earth? You know what I mean? Like, are the regular snake people who worship Yig, are they more peaceful?
Doesn't mention anything about that.
Like, are we killing the devil worshiper snakes?
You don't know.
Oh, no.
Well, so yeah, I mean, he kind of fills you in on all that. He says, but is Raquel there? I think I might like to talk to her if that's possible.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to go see if she's in okay shape. And then I go get her.
All right.
We would have walked back into the basement at this point.
Okay. Raquel, Walter wants to talk to you.
She goes, yeah, sure. And she grabs the phone from me, and her hand's shaking. And she goes, hello?
Hey, Raquel. How are you? How was it seeing one of them?
She goes, it was terrible, Walter. I can't put it into words.
Damn.
What's going on?
I just wanted to fill you in on something, maybe two things, but I just got to reiterate that you're the only one in the Magus 5 that I trust and feel that I can rely on, so I figured I'd come to you with this first. I tracked down the brother of Raymond, Silas his name is, and I asked him a little bit more about the books, and the 15th one in particular. He alluded to Brightly already knowing about the 15th book and kind of correcting himself when he tried to acquire them. I think Brightly has been playing us this whole time, but even more so. I mean, I already thought he was lying to us, but I think he's still lying to us even after kind of coming clean with all the other things. So just kind of be aware of that. And secondly...
Walter. Oh. Give me an education roll. It's going to need to be a hard pass.
No good. 82.
82? Okay. Never mind. But what were you going on with?
I guess then he just kind of has like a train of thoughts and maybe just keeps going without really pondering too much.
Okay.
He says, I thought of maybe a possible solution to the problem with the curated piece for the museum there. Maybe Willis could be or would be interested in the remains. I mean, he seemed to be interested in that which remained of Yuki. Maybe he has some ideas of what could be done, or maybe there's some benefits to studying their physiology.
She says to you, there definitely could be. Now, I know that they're supposedly masters of poison. They have a very venomous bite, too, don't they? You do recall reading that.
Yeah, I definitely read a bit about their arsenic-like venom, maybe.
Mm-hmm. She says, there's a possibility that, if nothing else, we could create an anti-venom from this one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. What a great idea. He seems very excited about that.
I mean, I don't think it would help us against much except their bite, but at least that's one thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a start, and who knows? I mean, there may be other things that we find along the way.
She goes, I guess you're going to have to take him to Willis.
I guess one other thing, maybe a third part. Have you ever heard of the Sethugwa, if I'm pronouncing that right? He kind of says it phonetically out slowly.
She looks at you quizzically.
On the phone?
Oh, no, not on the phone. I'm sorry. So she can't do that.
She looked at one of us quizzically while talking to him.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
Yeah, what's
he
he
saying?
talking about?
And she's like, are you hearing this guy? No, so she over the phone, you just hear her go, no, never heard of it.
Well, I don't know if it's or how it's relevant just yet, but something that I came up with in one of the other books. Apparently, it's a deity that kind of opposes Yig, and there could be Ophidians that also worship this deity. There could be some angle to work there. I don't know if this unknown Ophidian, maybe he knows something about that, but I don't know. Grasping at straws here, but just wanted to fill everybody in on what I've found in the books.
She goes, thanks, Walter. And as for that son of a bitch Brightly, I'm going to have some words with him.
Oh, my.
And we're going to end the episode there.
Oh.
Catfight.
Heating up.
Guys, it's episode 60. That means it is luck roll time.
Yeah.
Yay.
I remembered.
You did. I didn't. Good job.
Darn, I went lower than what I have in luck,
5.
right?
You want higher. You want to fail, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You want to fail your
You
luck.
want to fail.
Yeah, you want to fail your luck so you can get more.
Oh, goody.
Which is easy
34.
peasy.
Out of 22. Yeah, it's nice when your luck's low.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, 9 luck points. I'll take all 9 of them to the luck bank.
I got it a 1.
I got 5.
Oh.
I got 1.
Fuck it. I got a 1. I got it a 1.
I got it wrong.
It's my 9 times tables. I went
Hate
from
it.
45 to 54. Man, how about some of them revelations?
Biblical revelations.
Guys, I want to thank all of our listeners as usual, but special thanks to our Patreon supporters, of course.
Thanks, everybody.
And one of them sent me a little note in the mail here. I also received, along with it, a little Cthulhu miniature, which was great. The note says, George, just a little something to say thanks for all the entertainment. Getting to play with you for my first game of Cthulhu was an honor. The podcast is spectacular. So well done. The perfect blend of humor and suspense. You all seem to have great chemistry, and the players really make me look forward to each new episode. I hope to make something for each of them as well, but for now you should lord this gift over them. I hope to have a chance to play a game with you again. Thanks to you and the crew for getting me hooked on Cthulhu. Happy holidays, Mike. Thanks, Mike.
Awesome, Mike.
Now make
that's
us
cool.
gifts. He's
No,
lording
I
it
don't.
over us every day. Send us a picture
listen.
every
We are
day.
but humble servants.
I have been. All right. So thanks, Mike Earl. Thanks to the rest of our Patreon supporters as well. And everyone, remember, until next time, sanity is overrated.
Danke, everybody.
Okay.
I'm very humbled.
You sound like,
Does it look like I'm jerking off?
No, you're just the weird little humming.
yeah, it sounds like when a dog is cleaning themselves, like when you're trying to sleep and you just hear that weird noise. Just like less wet.
I like it when they bite themselves. That's
Yeah,
a
it
fun
kind of sounds
sound.
like that when they're like. It's always their butt too. It's always like right near their tail, and I feel like they can't reach the spot that they really want to bite at, and I feel really
Yeah.
bad. So that's like,
Well, no hands.
if I see a dog doing that, I'm gonna scratch their butt. I want to help.
Hold on, I gotta pee real quick.
Okay.
Make.
I want a cigarette.
He makes all that noise, and then he's
But-
like, I'll be right back, I gotta pee. He was jerking off.
Fuck. All right, I'm gonna have a smoke then if he just came.
Hey, this is George. Just a quick reminder to like, follow, and review us if you like what you're hearing. And if you want to support us and make our show better, head on over to our Patreon. You can always email us at contact@thatcthulhujohn.com with any comments. And you can follow us on Instagram @thatcthulhujohn.